seen anything like this, let alone have a chance to be a part of it. Know why I can say that with clarity? It never exists before. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, relax. It's not one of them tensed up presentations. This is really a real live situation from a brother to a brother or to a sister. Because we really want to help the masses of people with this opportunity. So tonight you're going to hear about an opportunity about a company that's changing the blockchain industry as a whole. I did not stutter. And I'm going to stand on what I say for a while I keep saying I did not stutter. Because a lot of time people, they do a lot of fluffing and puffing and all that type of stuff. And what you're about to see, hands down, there's no fluff to it. So what I'm about to do so you understand my presentation/conversation. Oh, Greg, I didn't see you on here. Thank you, Greg. What you're about to witness is, this is how I do my presentation. Let me make Greg a co-host real quick, y'all. Then we go from there. Okay, there you go, Big Greg. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is what I'm about to establish. Anybody that's understanding real estate, when you're building a house, you have to lay down a foundation first before you start structuring the walls and all this type of stuff. I'm going to show you undeniably one of the most strongest foundation as for an investor or a network marketer. However you may be on this call, wherever you just want to invest, you're an investor, you're an entrepreneur, or you're a network marketer or a direct salesperson. This call is definitely for you guys. So listen to me. Or you just want to make residual income for the rest of your life without doing anything. Literally, I'm going to explain this to you. The foundation has to be set. Because anybody can talk the talk. Oh, you're going to make this, you're going to do that. If you don't show me the foundation that this company is solid, that this company is going to be around for years to come, people are going to be hesitant. People are going to, money is not, we ain't just be spending no money, investing money on these pipe dreams, these rug pulls and money grabs. We're not doing that. A lot of us are in our, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s and above. So we don't have any time to be wasting our money on hype and fluff. And this is why I do the conversations that I do, because I want you to be excited as I am from the facts that I'm showing you, the foundation. That's why I say this is like a network marketer or investor's a dream. We like a hybrid. We got a solid company that's 8.5 years old. Then we marketing arm that just launched for regular people to be involved in a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So with that being said, let's take action, y'all. Okay, here we go. First, I am not a financial advisor, so I will do this disclaimer. I'm just a regular person that want to help people make it. That's it. Also, with this company, you'll see that, because some people are visual, so that's why I want to show this this chart. The first thing that got my attention is we got physical brick and mortars. We have physical brick and mortars to the point where you can go into our stores. That's the address, phone number. That's just one of them. You can turn fiat to crypto, crypto to fiat, right? And talk to a real person with a real store and get real answers. Ladies and gentlemen, that's unheard of. Because most people deal with speculative cryptocurrency. They just praying and hoping. They can't talk to nobody. They can't do nothing. We've changed it. We changed the industry in that aspect as well. But that ain't what I really want to talk to you about tonight. I just want to remember, I'm showing you the foundation. Okay? So now, let's talk a little bit about our company and what we have to offer.
Most crypto MLMs have failed because they start with a compensation. Dear Bellator family, we wanted to share some key insights to help you better understand the true value of the opportunity you are part of, the foundation of Miracle Cash, and more. Miracle Cash and More began its journey in 2017 with a clear vision to become a global fintech powerhouse, not just a traditional bank. Our starting point was the development of a core banking system, also known as a switch in the financial industry. This system consists of millions of lines of code. It took 3 years and over $5 million to develop. We built a mid-level core banking system from the ground up. Why is this significant? Own the technology. We are not leasing or dependent on third parties, which saves costs and provides flexibility. When you invest your time in a company, that company should deserve your time and effort by providing real sustainable value. What has the company invested to create an opportunity for you? Who is the actual customer? If it's just you, then it's not a real business. It's a cycle destined to fail. Most crypto MLMs have failed because they start with a compensation plan and then pick a product that fits. Their focus isn't on solving real-world problems, but on making quick money. That's not sustainable. Miracle Cash and More is not an MLM. It's a fintech company offering real services to merchants. Bellator is the marketing arm, designed to help expand Miracle's reach. This gives us the best of both worlds. A company with real products and services. A network marketing structure to help spread the word and reward those who grow the network.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a unbelievable time right now where the world is talking about digital currency. You can't get around it. Even the president of the United States, whether you like him or not, the reality is he made a vow. He's going to make America the crypto capital of the world. That's a fact. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many people in the world that have cryptocurrency but don't know how to spend it. Because you can't go to Wendy's, you can't go to Target, you can't go to Walmart, you can't go to BP or Love gas station, Shell gas station. You can't go to these places right now and spend Ethereum, spend Solana, spend Doge, whatever coin you may have out of the cryptocurrency in the world. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? All that has changed. All that has changed. It has changed. It has changed. We not only created the technology that allows any business, whether online or physically, to accept all forms of cryptocurrency. And it's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody has the complete package. Nobody has the ecosystem. Let me show you the ecosystem that we created. With no debt, nobody has what we have, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out.
What began as a gutsy, inspirational idea is growing into a disruptor in social media and
We built our own switch, no third-party licensing required. Handles crypto transactions directly with customizable merchant admin panels. Offers higher APRs than traditional banks, making us the crypto bank for merchants. Secure and efficient transaction management. Continuous updates to benefit both customers and merchants. These companies represent over 100 million active accounts, and our technology is installed in all of these machines. This is a huge victory and a clear sign that we are leading the way in the industry. This is why it takes time to be the best. Building something of this magnitude isn't easy. It requires patience, dedication, and relentless hard work. But the results speak for themselves.
Now we're talking about a company that had been established since 2017, who created our own switch. Let me break this switch down in layman terms. You see how this is a debit card, okay? Those of us on this call, we use a debit card every day of our life, whether it's online or physically. Ladies and gentlemen, when you tap, swipe, or insert your debit card or credit card, once you do that and you hit that little black machine that's in Walmart, Target, or wherever else you go to, it automatically goes into a switch, a banking system. Meaning that technology is going to make sure you have the money. It's going to make sure the money is secure. It's going to make sure the payment is secure. It's going to make sure everybody gets their money in seconds. No fraud. It's going to detect all that in seconds. We've done the same thing. Listen to this very carefully, y'all. We have done the same thing, but on the most secure platform on the face of the earth called the blockchain, and we did it with cryptocurrency. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you how phenomenal this is. Nobody has a complete system. Ripple, not XRP, not Bitcoin, none of that. We have every from A to Z, and our ecosystem is covered. That's why we can allow with any company. They don't have to change their system. They don't have to do anything. It's a plug and play situation. We don't have to change our POS systems. We don't have to train their employees. None of that. This is why we have contracts with some of the world's biggest POS providers, meaning they provide the little black boxes that we tap, swipe, or insert. They provide them to the Walmarts, to the Targets, to the Macy's, to the Love gas stations, to the Shell gas. I'm going to show you all this. Remember, I'm setting up the foundation before I give you the opportunity. So you can rest assured, if you take action, invest your money, you can be assured. The only thing that stop this opportunity is God himself. Because everything man needs to do has been done or is being done. This is no hype, no exaggeration. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and take this ride with me. This is what we're talking about today. Unbelievable.
This credit card has an interest rate that's really, really low. How low? This low. The credit
Many people don't have the experience to evaluate real opportunities. That's why we're committed to educating you while also sharing the potential of our company. We're not just another crypto project. We are a real company with real customers delivering real services. This document is for you, to help you recognize the difference between a fleeting opportunity and something that is truly deserving of your time and effort. We're proud to say we're just getting started. With our infrastructure in place, we're ready to scale globally. In the world of transactional finance, a switch, also known as a core banking system, is the central infrastructure that manages and routes financial transactions between different entities such as banks, payment processors, merchants, and card networks. When a customer swipes their card, taps their phone, or makes an online payment, the transaction request is generated and sent to the switch. The switch acts as the middleman. It receives the transaction data and routes it to the correct financial institution, e.g. the customer's bank, for authorization. Once the issuing bank processes the request, either approving or declining the transaction, the switch relays the response back to the point of sale, POS, terminal, or online platform almost instantly. After authorization, the switch helps settle the transaction, ensuring the funds are correctly transferred from the customer's bank to the merchant's account. The switch ensures transactions are secure, encrypted, and compliant with financial regulations like PCI DSS for card payments and KYC AML protocols for anti-fraud measures.
See, all that stuff happens in seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Once a person uses crypto, tap, swipe, or insert, guess what? Our technology starts to work. Ensuring encryption, ensuring everything is going smooth. That's the technology that only our company has to offer. Well, why is that so important, ladies and gentlemen? Let me explain. Let me show you this. Because sometimes we have to understand the big play, the big picture. Our company is doing a reverse merger. We bought a shell company called Bellator, and now we're filling that shell company in with over 24 companies. So when I say we got a complete I mean it. We got a complete ecosystem. We got 24 different companies that work independently but under the same umbrella. We got Miracle Cash and More, Miracle Estate, Miracle TV, Bellator, Phoenix Hera, Miracle Pay, Miracle Media. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the phenomenal opportunity that we have. And because of these contracts that I'm going to show you right now, because of these contracts, watch
Looking
this.
for a new CNC machine but don't want to leave your house? Well, here at
Watch this right here. I'm not going to play this video again. I want you to see one thing. Look at this right here. Look what it says, ladies and gentlemen. It says, let's read it together. A huge victory. Victory is a past tense word. That means it's already happened. Because of who we are, meaning Mediterra, what we offer, meaning through our company, Miracle Pay, we have secured 4 contracts with 4 of the largest POS device companies in the world. Listen to me very carefully when I say what I'm going to say. You may not know these companies by their name right offhand, but I guarantee you, each and every one of us on this call right now use these machines every day of our life. Let's start off with the first one, Egenico. The second one is PAX. The third one is Rare Phone. And the fourth one is NCR. Let's go to Egenico's website. This is Egenico, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find out who Egenico is because some people still don't know who Egenico is. Look at him.
In a rapidly evolving world, Ingenico stands at the forefront of innovation, transforming the way payments are accepted, managed, and enhanced, consistently delivering unparalleled value in the commerce ecosystem. Acceptance is the first step towards delivering value. With Ingenico, you can accept payment solutions on any device, anytime, and anywhere. Each interaction
right there. You heard that? With Egenico, you can accept any payment on anywhere. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, we've partnered with Egenico, with PAX, with Verifone, NCR, and Shopify, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Shopify is officially our partners as well. And if we know everybody from Kylie Jenner is on and Rihanna has a Shopify account for their products. So, ladies and gentlemen, we literally are with the best of the best. But listen, let's go back to Egenico's website. Let's go up under partners. Go up under partner solution gallery. Click that, right? It's going to take you to another page. Then you're going to scroll down till you see numbers. You're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop at 4. Click 4. And guess what? Bam! Miracle Pay. We're on their website. We're their crypto partner. That means we're the crypto bank for Egenico, PAX, Verifone, NCR, Shopify, and more people and businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all see what I see? I see cha-ching. Listen to me. Let me show you the new Egenico POS systems that has us fully integrated in every machine.
Hey everyone, take a look at this. We just got a few of these machines shipped to us. It's the new Ingenico machine. And then when we turned it on, look at that. Look at that. How amazing is that? We're literally preloaded, not in the App Store, but actually on the device itself. You hit that, there you go. Isn't that incredible? Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm talking about. Then we're not just talking about Genico. We're talking about PAX as well. PAX is the same way. And we fully integrated in the PAX machines as well. So I need us to be comfortable about what we're talking about. Let me show you the PAX machines so it can be clear. Look, I'm going to let you see all of this right here. Because I want you, like I said, remember what we initially said. I want you to be as comfortable as I am when it comes to this. Look, I'm going to put PAX in here. Okay, let's put PAX, P-A-X. Look at this. PAX POS, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm talking about. So now this is the PAX machine right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So listen, see that right there, ladies and gentlemen? Look at that. We're fully integrated in our PAX machines too. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable. So now, because of these contracts, I need us to be clear what we're talking about here. Because of these contracts, we have inked agreement with Wall Street partners, with capital partners. Ladies and gentlemen, listen what I'm trying to tell y'all. These contracts means everything. Because now it solidified us, not because you can have the technology. But if you don't have the vehicle to launch these that get companies to accept these technology, to allow their customers, we would have to be knocking on everybody's door. But let me show you why that's not happening. Because remember these 4 companies I just showed you? These 4 companies, right? Ingenico, PAX, Verifone, NCR, and we can't forget who? Shopify. So now, look at Verifone. Do you see these? This is Verifone's customers. The Golden Arches, which is McDonald's, BP gas station, Lloyd's. Let's hold up. But then we go to NCR, Target, Walmart, Home Depot, DSW, Shell gas station, Macy's, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So we don't have to go to all of these companies because we have the contract with the POS provider that provides them with the POS. Hats off and put your business hats on as an investor, as an entrepreneur, as a network marketer, or as a direct salesperson. Understand what we just established. We just established that we have the contract with the ones that provide these other multi-billion-dollar brands with their POS devices. So because of this, our CEO is about to tell us something that's going to blow your mind. Let me give you a little background about our CEO, Mr. Hakan Torhan. This man in one of his home runs is he made over $1.5 billion in less than 90 days with some technology that they still use today in Turkey. So this man has already been around this corner a couple times. So ladies and gentlemen, he not only owns 2 championship soccer teams. His wife is a political figure right now in Cyprus today. So ladies and gentlemen, let's have a word from none other than our CEO, Mr. Hakan Torhan. This is on our website. So after this call, you can go to the website and see for yourself. Everything I'm showing you is public record. Remember what I said. I'm establishing a foundation so you as an investor or a network marketer or entrepreneur can feel comfortable with investing your money in a company that's set to literally explode the industry of cryptocurrency. And we're doing it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, a word from our CEO.
Hi there. Today I'm happy to announce the establishment of Metaterra. We have finally consolidated all our projects, all our businesses under the Metaterra umbrella. We have signed a concrete agreement with Wall Street Capital Partners. Together, we are bringing this to the second level. Our vision has finally been executed. We are ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, now you heard our CEO say we have partnered with Wall Street Capital Partners. Well, let's go to Wall Street Capital Partners. This their website. And who is this gentleman right here? This is none other than the CEO, Mr. Douglas Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, I'm Douglas Anderson, Chief Executive Officer of Wall Street Capital Partners, with offices in Beverly Hills, West Palm Beach, Riyadh, Istanbul, and headquarters on Wall Street in New York City. When I was asked by Forbes Romania to participate in the first business mixer between Romania and America, breaking borders and building bridges, I was only too happy to accept.
Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all hear that? Not only did this gentleman partner up with our company, because he helped a lot of other companies before. He barely be a part of those companies though. He's a part of Metaterra. So he took on a position as our chairman, right? He's the chairman of our advisory board. Check it out. Remember what he just said in that video when he was asked by Romania to build the bridge from build the gap between Romania and America. Guess what? He was humbly accepted the position to do so. And because he did this, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have now, let me show you, we have embarked upon the world's first tokenized airport and smart city. I need us to be clear about this. Not only is the first tokenized airport in the world and smart city in Bucharest, Romania, is the largest tokenized project in the world.
Imagine an airport that is yours. Imagine a city that is yours. With Beyond Bucharest, it is all possible.
So this is possible, ladies and gentlemen, because of who Mr. Douglas Anderson is. Let me explain why I say that. Look at Mr. Anderson's bio. Let's read it together. Mr. Anderson was formerly trained on Wall Street as an underwriter. During his career in the Fortune 500 financial service sector, he rose to management position with $25 million in underwriting authority. Look at the individual we're talking about, Mr. Douglas Anderson himself. Let's look at the last paragraph. It says, at Mr. Anderson's request, the following individuals accepted board seats with his company or clients. Let's read the first three names. President of Microsoft. These are the people he got on his Rolodex. COO of Boeing, the airline. Director of the CIA. You hear that? Look at the last two names. Excuse me. Co-founder of Costco, Mr. Jackie Chan. You know what hit me just now? Excuse me, y'all. My throat was kind of scratchy. And I need Mr. Carlos Alvarez. Mr. Carlos Alvarez. This is my sponsor, y'all. Mr. Alvarez, I need you to unmute yourself for 1 second, sir. Because this is something that me and you was talking about. Are you there, Mr. Alvarez?
I'm here.
Look at Mr. Alvarez. Look, I was just, it's funny because you had told me about when people talk negative about our company, right? And what you do, you said, I just go to the office, I'll go to our website, and I look up under leadership, and you see the individuals who on our leadership. Look, this lead us our website. Ms. Alvarez advised me to do this. Go to the back advisory board. Look who we see, Mr. Douglas Anderson, right? But look at this. I'll just peep this, Mr. Alvarez. Look at the first three names. The president of Microsoft, the COO of Boeing, director of the CIA. You know what I was thinking about, Mr. Alvarez, when people say, well, people said something about Hawking or somebody said something about Micah. Mr. Anderson got direct contact with the director of the CIA.
CIA. Yeah.
That they going to investigate Mr. Hawking Torhan and Micah and everybody else before they put their name attached to this company. Look at the people Mr. Douglas Anderson can call. He called director of the CIA. Hey man, do a little investigation on Mr. Hawking Torhan. I heard some things on the internet, but let's see if it's true. Do Ray Vigrio and do Micah Thorough too. Do all of them. And guess what happened? If it was to happen, everybody accepted the awards. You understand? When I see that, Mr. Alvarez, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's why I don't listen to people, because I'd say take your emotional hats off. Put your business hats on. This man, Douglas Anderson, can call the director of the CIA. You think he's going to look at the relationship this man has? You think he's going to put any of these relationships on the line for a company he ain't do no research on? So let's go back to our website. Our website with the advisory board. We already talked about Mr. Douglas Anderson. But who else did Mr. Douglas Anderson put on the board with him? Mr. John Baer. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go on the website, check out Mr. John Baer. He's responsible for this cell phone I have in my hand that some of you guys are using right now to look at this Zoom. Guess what? Thank Mr. John Baer. You ever use Google? Thank Mr. John Baer. You ever lose live streaming? Mr. John Baer. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Mr. Douglas Anderson, Mr. John Baer is on our board of advisory. Hold up, we got the first lady on the board, Ms. Monica Profit. Why am I excited about Ms. Monica Profit? First of all, she wrote a book called Blockchain 101. She is literally a crypto expert, blockchain expert. Why am I excited about her? Ladies and gentlemen, let me let y'all sit for a minute. She's been involved in cryptocurrency and blockchain so long. She knows a lot of the whales in the crypto industry. Well, what is that, Mr. Meadows? One of the things that people used to tell me, well, I love what you're saying, but y'all got all the stores to accept cryptocurrency, but how many people are really going to use crypto? Like, how many people use crypto? And I thought about that. I said, the reality is most people don't have a clue how massive the crypto world is. Let me explain it to you. You can Google this, AI, whatever you want. There's $4 trillion in crypto wallets in the world. I'm going to say that again. There's $4 trillion in people's wallets that they own. Let me put it in perspective real quick. I Googled this. I said, what? Let me see if it's still here. I said, how much is $1 trillion? 1 trillion. $1 trillion is $1 billion. 1,000 billion. Listen to me. Let's read it together. It says $1 trillion is equivalent to 1,000 billion or 1 million million. Look at it says, it continues on, it says, to visualize it, if you stack $100 bills, 1 trillion will reach the height of 631 miles. Are you kidding me, y'all? Just hear what I said. Because I put things in perspective because sometimes we really don't get it. And I just happened to, I went to the bank. I said, look, I got $100 bill right here. This is $100 bill. Look how thin, I need you to understand this. Look how thin this $100 bill is. Okay? It's a $100 bill. Imagine me putting another 100 on top of it, another, just on top of it. That's a lot of money, right? Imagine 631 miles of $100 bills stacked on each other. Y'all ain't hear what I'm telling y'all. You know how much money that is? This is how much money is sitting in people's wallets that they can't spend because they don't have the technology that allows them to go buy a Starbucks coffee, to go buy a Big Mac at Walmart. At Burger King. McDonald's. They don't have to go on Walmart and just go grocery shopping and get me a pair of socks at the same time. They can't go into Target, go buy some house things you need for your house at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, now they do. I need us to understand how massive this is. We are in a multi-trillion-dollar industry that for regular people, this is a chance of a lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm excited about this. But let's go on. See, Miss Monica Profit was a person that Mr. Douglas got to be on our board, but I'm not finished. Check it out. Who else? We got Mr. Norris. Mr. Norris is literally the financial advisor to one of the prince or kings in Saudi Arabia who vowed, listen to me, y'all. He vowed $700 million towards what project, ladies and gentlemen? Towards the Bucharest airport. The tokenization
Imagine
of the world's
an
first
airport that is yours. Imagine a city that is yours.
Yes. The king of, or the prince of Saudi, I don't know if he's a king or a king or a prince. Don't quote me on that part. But I know he's a high ranking in the Saudi Arabia, and the man vowed $700 million towards the tokenization of the airport. Ladies and gentlemen, game changer. These are the type of people and the connections that they have. Look at Mr. Fernando Villasola. This man, you gotta go on the website after this and look at these gentlemen and this female, and you'll see the people. We have a dream team, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Fernando is not only a multi-billionaire with a publicly traded company on the stock exchange right now for over $60 billion. Billion with a B. Then he's also a senator in Mexico and has U.S. dual citizenship. And he took the president of our company, Mr. Jurgen and Ray Vidrio and Raquel, all of them to the Mexican stock exchange. Let me explain something to you, ladies and gentlemen. The president of Mexico loves us. Why? Because Mr. Fernando is going to help 80 million people in Mexico who doesn't have a bank account. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we're the crypto bank. We're going to bank the unbanked. I need y'all to get what I just said. There's 80 million people in just Mexico alone that cannot tap, swipe, or insert nothing because they don't have a bank account. Board of advisors right now. The president of Mexico loves us because we're going to help their whole country out. Understand how powerful this is, ladies and gentlemen, based off relationships. But one of the ones I like, Mr. Moore, is the last one I'm going to talk about before we open up. This Mr. Moore, ladies and gentlemen, he's one of the top economists in America right now. Know why? Let me show you why I like Mr. Moore, ladies and gentlemen. I like Mr. Moore because, look, this man is the top advisor to the President of the United States. Watch this.
Nobody does it like this.
Right after this commercial.
And he scores. Look what he found. It's what Crosby scores.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Moore is one of the top advisors of the president, the top economist that advises the president of the United States. It's not about if you like Mr. Trump or not. It's about how you respect Mr. Moore, a person that's on our board of advisory.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. We're going to have just a quick session with Steve Moore. Everybody knows Steve Moore with the Heritage Foundation, highly respected, one of the most highly respected economists and people that watch your money and know more about your money and your life than probably anybody I can think of. And I want to thank Steve for being here. I saw this today. They came out. What he puts out gets a lot of coverage, and I saw some of them, and then he had a couple of others. And I'd like to ask Steve maybe to discuss a few of these numbers that were just released. I mean, literally just released. And then we're going over, and we're going to do Purple Heart. We have some incredible, brave people do that right after this. Steve, could you say a few words about the various charts?
Thank you, Mr. President. So I called the President because I had some very good news from some new data that we've been able to put together that no one has ever seen before, and I'll just very quickly go.
Ladies and gentlemen, a couple things from this phenomenal video that's happened to be on Forbes Breaking News. Not only did Mr. President say, Mr. Moore knows more about your money than anyone I know. So if you're an American citizen on this call, he's talking about our money. That's hands down. But then did you turn around and see what happened to Mr. Moore? I mean, what Mr. Moore said. Oh, after seeing this information, I called the president. You know, you called the president of the United States on speed dial, and he answered. And he got an emergency meeting right after you did that. Are y'all hearing what I'm telling y'all? This is the people, these are the individuals that sits on our company board. We bought the airport for Bucharest, the biggest tokenization project in the world. We got the Saudi kings. We got Mexican government lovers. We got the 80 million people that's going to be banked through our technology. We got the person that advises Trump, the same individual who said he said he's going to make America the crypto capital of the world. Look at then you got Monica Profit who got access to the crypto whales. You can't ask for a better dream team, y'all. I need y'all to understand how powerful this is. So now we're talking about the foundation, remember? So I'm going to ask the question. Did we establish that our foundation is solid as a rock? Because I can go on. So I'm asking y'all. I need some love from above. Let me see if y'all serious about this or y'all sleep over here. Did I establish that we have a foundation? I don't see nothing in the chat. Talk to me. Because I can go on. Okay, we got love. So we definitely established that we solid as a rock. So you know our theme song, y'all. We don't play no games with our theme song.
And soon both of us
learn to trust. You gotta trust again, baby.
Run away.
It was no time to play. Build it up.
We build it up.
And build it up. And now it's solid.
Now it's solid.
We solid as a rock. That's what this company is. And the products are hot, 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 hot. Listen to me. I keep telling we ain't under no type of, listen, our trial days are over. We are literally the hottest thing in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, you can say this without a shadow of a doubt because we literally are changing we're changing the industry right now. So we solid as a rock. Now, I want to talk about how it benefits you. Okay, remember what I said at the beginning? I said, I'm establish the foundation so you could be, listen, okay, I'm on this call. Somebody invited me. What it's about? All right, what they talk about? Remember that? What you talking about, Willis? Remember, it was a Three's Company, whatever. Well, I forgot what it was. Anyway, what was that? I forgot what Arnold and them. Listen to me. So now the foundation has been established. Now let's put up the walls and different strokes. There you go, Will. All right. Now we're going to put up the roof and all this type of stuff. That's right, Ram G. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, how is this benefiting regular people like you and I? I'm happy you asked. Let's go. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We have something called That's what this love is. That's my song there. That's right. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have what you call CPU nodes. Okay. They go to CPU nodes. But unfortunately, we don't have no more 600 CPU nodes. That's the have nodes. They all sold out, ladies and gentlemen. So now, what I need us to see, I need us to do this. Right now, get all technical on me. Whoa, what's the CPU node? Let me explain something to you real simple. A CPU node is only technology that confirms transactions. That's it. You understand? So now, time somebody tap, swipe, or insert in any location, anywhere in the world, whether they in Russia, whether they in Afghanistan, whether they in Istanbul, they in South Philly, they in Detroit, they in Jersey. If they buy a hot dog, hamburger, a house, a car, a watch, a diamond ring, whatever they buy using cryptocurrency, every single time they tap, swipe, or insert, your CPU node, my CPU node, all the CPU nodes, collectively, every transaction, they have to validate it. They have to confirm every transaction every second. This has never been done before on any type of platform because they don't have the layer 2 technology. Only we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all understand how unbelievable that is. We're the only ones with the technology. Let me break it down in layman terms. Matter of fact, let Mr. Wonderful break it down because he breaks it so eloquently. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Wonderful. Look what he says he's looking for. He was looking for 12 years.
What I think is next, for 12 years now, we've been talking about industry and Wall Street and financial services and all 11 sectors of the S&P going on chain. In other words, getting involved in blockchain. This is not about speculating the price of Bitcoin. This is about using a technology as a ledger system for real estate, for car sales, for consumer goods and services, for digital payment systems. So the idea of a blockchain becoming integral in business and every aspect of the economy. And so, you know, when you think about investing in crypto, it's not just speculating on tokens, it's will the integration occur? And the way I'm thinking about it, because I'm watching this happen, and I'm spending a lot of time in places like Singapore and others where in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, where a lot of developers are, AI is going to crash into blockchain, is going to crash into Wall Street. They've prototyped technology already where you have your phone, you're beside a famous burger joint, and all you have to do, without using an app or anything, you simply talk to your phone and say, I want a tall, low-fat latte, please. I'm going to be there in 90 seconds. That's it. So what happens there is the AI analyzes where you are, looks at the geography of what retailer that is, determines that that's the one, and then uses a blockchain to actually do a digital payment system for the tall, low-fat latte. It already knows who you are, so the retailer has your name on it when you walk in. The problem we have is that all the chains that were developed, the reason I bring this up is everybody on this call knows what Solana and Ethereum is. But this weekend, when we had the meltdown in the crypto market, they didn't perform very well because they're both single lane highways. So when you put a transaction on Ethereum, it's behind the one that came on just before you. It's a long highway on a way to a toll road for authentication of the transaction. And when there's too many going on the highway at the same time, they get stuck at the toll. They get jammed up. And the way you get out of the jam on ETH anyways is you pay more to move your car closer to the toll. This weekend, there were transactions, $2.50. It cost you $1,300 to get them done. That makes no sense. So we don't have the technology yet with at least those level ones to do what I just described to you, because if everybody in the world is ordering a burger at the same time, that's 10,000 per second or whatever that number is. They all have to get through the toll simultaneously. And so I'm focusing on the developers that are moving in that direction for solving for chain. And if those of you that are interested in this and engineers, this is a fantastic career, because the Walmarts, the Targets, the burger guys need millions of transactions a day, all independent, all going through the tolls at the same time. Who's going to do that first is the question.
So, ladies and gentlemen, look what Mr. Wonderful is saying. He's saying that it doesn't exist yet. This is another billionaire. He's on Shark Tank, one of the best entrepreneur shows I've ever seen in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, we answered that question. We have the relationships with the 4 largest POS providing companies in the world that provide the Walmarts, the Targets, the burger guys, and all of them, like he said. But guess what? Let's allow our chairman on the floor of Wall Street answer Mr. Wonderful almost verbatim, answering what he just said. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I said this is unbelievable, and we ain't on trial with nobody, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Mr. Douglas Anderson on Wall Street answering the very question about what makes us different transaction world.
And efficiently.
Wonderful. What sets MetaChain apart? Why start your own blockchain instead of latching on to an existing one, for example?
So, most chains out there are not designed for these kinds of uses. I mean, our chain is specifically designed for transactions that you would normally do, buying an airline ticket, paying for coffee at Starbucks, buying something at a retail store. And so our chain has been specifically designed for these kinds of things, for normal life, for what businesses want and how they're going to use it.
And what's the business value of having your own layer 2 underneath Meta Holdings?
Well, again, it's something that we know, that we developed, and so our system works seamlessly so that the transactions are instant.
Okay. So the economic upside accrues to node holders.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see our chairman of Metaterra that put our advisory board has answered the call. So now, just like Mr. Wonderful says, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to get on a blockchain highway, listen to this very carefully, to go back to our product. It's like every one of us own toll booths. Remember how Mr. Wonderful said, in order for your transaction to go through, you got to pay the toll booth to get on the blockchain highway. So the blockchain highway is every time somebody does what? Tap, swipe, or insert. In order for that transaction to go through, they got to pay your toll booth, which is your CPU node. Your node confirms the transaction in order for them to go on the blockchain highway. Are y'all hearing what I'm telling y'all? This is unbelievable because nobody has it. So now the Walmart, the Burger Kings, you name it, the Costco's, the Love, Shell, Macy's, all of them have the technology. The people that they get they POS system from, they're going to tell them you can now accept cryptocurrency. Ladies and gentlemen, and every single transaction you're going to get paid from. Well, I love that, Mr. Meadows. Well, can you show me how I get paid? Or go give me some scenarios, please? Absolutely. I'm just so happy you asked me. I couldn't wait for you to ask me to give you some scenarios we get paid. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to have fun with what you do. Check it out. Here you go. Let's do a real live scenario, ladies and gentlemen. If you want one CPU node, it's $1,200. If you won 3, it's 36. You won 7, just keep adding 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. Okay? Now check this out. Let's go back here on a real scenario. Look at this scenario, y'all. This is a real scenario. Look at this. This 100 million merchants. We don't even want to talk about that. See right here, the 3%. Let's just say they 3 million machines. Look at me. 3 million machines, right? Okay. And from each machine, we get an average of $5 a day per machine. Okay. So that's 3 million. 3 million machines, $5 a day. That's an annual revenue of $5.4 billion would it be. Now, out of that $5.4 billion, 30% of that is allocated evenly to all, to all 210,000 node owners. Whether you own 5 nodes, 10 nodes, 1 node, 2 nodes, 3 nodes, it doesn't matter. We all get paid for each of our nodes equally. That's 1.6 billion out of the 5.4 billion. That's each node would approximately get over $7,800 what? Annually, residually. Don't believe me? Ask Mr. Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ask anybody that's a business person, okay? Anybody, if I put out a one-time investment of $1,200, and after I put out that $1,200, each year for the rest of my life, I get $7,800 every single year. Let me tell you what any investor would say. That is an unbelievable opportunity, and you better jump on it. But guess what Damon Meadows is telling y'all? That's a joke. That's what I'm telling you. I'm gonna be more realistic. Let's at least do 10 million machines at $5. Okay? So if 10 million machines at $5 a day per machine, right? Guess what? Each node will get approximately $27,000 what? Annually, residually. Don't believe me? Ask Mr. Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, we get paid every single day. But it's going to add up to about $27,000 a year. So this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. We have to do the numbers, right? Check this out. One thing about me, I love numbers. So that's $27,000 at 10 million machines, right? Divided by 12 months, right? 12 months in a year. Boom. That's $2,250 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, look what I just said. Look what I just said. Listen, I couldn't even get it out. It was so nice. Listen, who can't do for an extra $2,250 a month in your household? And that's off one machine. That's off one machine. But look, I'm going to do one better for you, y'all. Because they know statistics say $500 a month in the household to keep people from being homeless. So, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Let's look in the back office, right? Let's look in the back office. Let's go to shop. Go to packages. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be a shareholder, if you want to own a piece of this airport, right? You can buy.
That is yours.
Yeah, you can become
Imagine
a shareholder.
A city.
You can become a shareholder by buying a Christmas box for $2,500, or the big one that includes a cold note, which the cold note itself is $5,000. So if you want to get this Christmas box for $5,000, you ain't gonna lose none whatsoever. But look what I want to put your focus on. Miracle Pay No CPU 1, look at parentheses. They giving you 2 for free during this promotion that ends in 8 more days. Are you hearing me? So you can buy one CPU node and get two for free for $1,200. So y'all know I'm a number man. So if I buy one right now for three, how many I get? Okay. If I buy one, I get right now, y'all. Okay. Okay, Arthur. Arthur said I get three. So let's go back to some numbers. 27,000 times not one, because I'm buying one for three, right? Times three. Bam. Guess how much money it is? $81,000 what? Annually, residually. Don't believe me? Ask Mr. Lee. Why I keep saying ask Mr. Lee? Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. My friend, my brother, the man is legally blind. He was diagnosed with a rare disease when he was a child, and he's legally blind. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He still got more nodes than me. He still got more share. He's a shareholder too. He has more shares than me. He got more Phoenix token than me and Mary's token. But I told him I got more Guardian. Well, I ain't tell him, but I ain't tell him how much Guardian nodes I got because I don't want him to outdo me. So listen, it's a healthy competition. So listen, y'all. If a blind man can see it, what's our problem? What's our problem? For $3,600 one time out of pocket, one time, you make $81,000, and that's low. Let me tell y'all something. This ain't coming from the company. This coming from me. With the airport in Smart City, with Egenico, Pax, Verifone, NCR, Shopify, it's impossible. The numbers don't equate that we gonna do just no $5 a day from each machine. It's impossible, y'all. It's impossible. Check it out. But let's do the numbers at that. That's $81,000. Divide that into 12. It's 12 months in a year. That is 67. Oh, girl, I couldn't even get that out. $6,750 a month. You can't use $6,750 a month just at the 10 million machine mark for a one-time 30. So you mean it? Listen to me. A one-time $3,600 could possibly bring you $81,000 a year at $6,700 a month. Come on. I need y'all to understand this number. Men lie, women lie, nose don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Game. But what if you bought the $8,400 pack like a lot of us leaders did? How many would you get then? 27,000. Let me see on the chat. Okay, Arthur. Arthur said times 9. Check this out, y'all. 27,000 times 9. How much is that? Bam. $243,000. That's at the 3,600. Because remember, with 3,600, you get 9. Y'all ain't hearing me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's divide that into 12. Woo! I don't even want to show y'all that. Y'all sure y'all ready for that? Y'all sure y'all ready for this number? $20,250 a month. $20,250 a month. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's at the, hold up, man. I'm gonna say that again. For a one-time $3,600, you would never see these numbers before. And look, it's a one-time investment. I didn't say you had to recruit nobody. You got to pay monthly fees. You got to get on some Zooms. I said you could kick back like a Maybach and just collect your money. That's what I said. But what if you shared this with some people? Whoa! Like a lot of us doing. Family members, church members, co-workers, for sorority sisters, fraternity brothers, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, But what if you bought the 7-pack for $8,400? Ooh, hold up. With the special, how many they gonna give you for? Woo, they gonna give you every one you buy, you get 2 extra. Okay, Arthur said you get 21 nodes for a one-time $8,400 investment. So that's 27,000 times 21 equals $567,000. What? Annually, residually. Don't believe me? Ask Mr. Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, that's over $500,000 a year. 2 years, you're a millionaire. How old are you now? And you ain't a millionaire yet? Thank you. That's how real it is. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. But look, that's 27,000, right? Times 21 equals 567,000. Check this out. Divided by 12, because it's 12 months in a year. Y'all sure y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this number? $47,250 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't handle almost $50,000 a month. I know I can. And for a one-time investment, less than $10,000. Less than $10,000, you got the potential to make over almost $50,000 a month. Y'all, I need y'all to comprehend what I just said. Less than 10,000. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. You see Mr. Lee in the comments right now. Listen to me, y'all. This is a real chance. And billionaires with no exaggeration. No exaggeration. I know people like, oh, he talking about people gonna be billionaires, you know. Okay. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? Okay. I'm gonna do some small numbers. Listen to me. Let's go with 2 million. It's those of us who got 2 million Phoenix tokens. Easy. 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 Our coin that we get paid in from our nodes every day. Matter of fact, before I do the numbers, let me let you see. I want you to see Billy. This is an individual who became a multi-millionaire. He's not in our company, but he owned nodes in another company, and he became a multi-millionaire. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
I did make millions of dollars in crypto, but I don't trade crypto and I don't buy crypto. I make it. So I started making Bitcoin at $220. That in itself is crazy. So we started mining Bitcoin. We were making a lot of money. We were like, man, if Bitcoin ever gets to $10,000, we're going to be rich. This guy that was mentoring me, he was worth $100 million. I became one of his top guys. And at that time, I didn't know anybody worth that kind of money. It just sounds preposterous to the average person. For the next 7 years, I learned software instead of hardware mining. So when you mine Bitcoin, you have a physical piece of machine. You plug it into the network. It confirms transactions, you make Bitcoin. On the platform that we launched, which was a company called Gala Games, we worked with Snoop, the death row chain that Snoop gave me, kind of crazy. And instead of hardware, we had software. So these software nodes will confirm transactions on the blockchain. Every time you buy something on that blockchain, sell something, move some money back and forth, there's a fee. That fee goes up in the cloud and it's split evenly between the node owners. So that very first blockchain that we launched, I only put 15,000 in. And for 2.5 years, those nodes just confirmed transactions. I had about 17 million tokens in my wallet. I watched it go from less than a penny to 5 cents, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 84 cents in a matter of like 5 months. So I went from $11,000 in software nodes to having over 11.4 million liquid currency.
Ladies and gentlemen, and here you got a man who had nodes that was attached to games, like games that kids play. Games. And he still became a multi-millionaire. Know why? Because his nose was paying him in a coin that was less than a penny. And he's seen it grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Guess what? Our coin that we get paid is less than a penny right now. So it's those of us who getting hundreds of coins every day, right now, hundreds of coins. And listen to me, after these 8 days that we got left for this promotion, sky's the limit. We're going to be fully on chain. Everything's going to be in place. They're going to retire the nodes. Remember what I was just saying before I showed the video. Men lie, women lie, nodes don't lie. There's those of us who have over 2 million coins. Let's say the coin, what y'all want to say, $50? Which we know is going to be way over that. But let's just say $50. That's $100 million. That's just with the 2 million coins. Let that sit right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's at $50. BNB coin right now. Right now. Let's look at the price of BNB coin. Live. BNB price. Look at this. $869 for one coin. One coin. All the BNB coin is gas for the Binance website. That's it. When you buy, trade, sell, or anything on a website, you got to use the BNB token. Guess what? Not only do we have our own blockchain, Miracle Chain, we have real world assets attached to it, the POS systems with Egenical, PAX, Verifone, NCR. Not only do we have, we have the first airport and tokenized city that's going to come with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we get ready to go live on a stock exchange. I need y'all to understand all these things is getting ready to be crazy. When they launched the Dracula coin for the for the airport, what? Every transaction for people to buy the coin for the $3 billion project got to go through the Phoenix token. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Listen to me, y'all. It's unbelievable. So with that being said, I need us to get back with the person that invited us to this call. Take massive action, y'all. You understand? Take massive action. Because after these days, these 8 days that's left, they're retiring the nodes. They said it in the email that just came out. This ain't coming from Damon Meadows. Then let me show y'all one more video before we open up for question and answers. Look what Mr. Douglas Anderson says clearly on the floor of Wall Street. Look what he says.
That's correct. And it's interesting to note that we're launching very, very soon. And so their participation in the nodes is currently available, but we are going to close that soon and launch. And when we do that, we'll buy the nodes that are available out there. We'll buy ourselves. So,
ladies and gentlemen, I don't want anybody to lose out on this opportunity. I'm just the messenger, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Damon Meadows, and you've been warned. It's not a game. Listen to me. Tap, swipe, or insert. Y'all see the shirt. Tap, swipe, or insert. Cha-ching. You got an opportunity of a lifetime. Get back with the person that invited you to call. We can ready stop this recording right here, and then we're going to open up for question and answers, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Record.